SteelSeries is a well-known gaming gear company, and today my son and I are going to take a look at the SteelSeries Rival 3 wireless gaming mouse. Is it still good enough in 2023? Hey everyone, my name is Minus10, and I'm a tech enthusiast that enjoys all gear related to gaming, streaming, and content creation. High-end gaming gear, or the latest and greatest, is always fun and exciting, but that's a pretty lofty atmosphere that not a lot of gamers fly at. Most gamers are getting high-quality gear that may be more budget-friendly or last-gen tech. Well, today, we're going to give you our impressions on the SteelSeries Rival 3 wireless gaming mouse, and if it's good enough for gaming with today's fast-paced first-person shooter games like Valorant and Warzone. The Rival 3 is marketed by SteelSeries as a budget gaming option, but in our short time with the mouse, we've both come away pretty impressed. The design, the buttons, the feel, and SteelSeries gaming software, GG, all work together to bring a very nice gaming package together for $35 to $40. Yeah, you heard me. $35 to $40 for this very, very nice mouse. If this has piqued your interest, keep on watching to hear our views on the SteelSeries Rival 3. Before we begin, my son and I, we only reviewed the wireless option for the Rival 3. If you prefer wired mice, we're assuming the wired features are similar, but hey, we're not sure. We both only game with wireless mice. Physically, the Rival 3 is slightly smaller than the Logitech G Pro Wireless Superlight, if you're familiar with that mouse. And if you have medium-sized hands, you'll be able to fit your mitts around this mouse comfortably. My son, who has slightly smaller hands than myself, at least for now, didn't have any problems using the mouse in-game. For dimensions, I'll leave a link to my Amazon affiliate page and you can check out the dimensions there. One thing to note, and this is a big one, this is a right-handed mouse only. Sorry lefties, you're left out of this one. The buttons feel great, with a particular note to the back and forward buttons, as well as the center scroll wheel. The latter is very smooth, tactile, and actually felt better in hand than the G Pro wireless scroll wheel. The left and right click mouse buttons were not as strong as higher-end gaming mice, but hey, it's a $40 mouse, and we're taking what SteelSeries has to offer. For connectivity, the SteelSeries, like all other gaming gear companies, uses the 2.4 gigahertz frequency for their wireless tech. SteelSeries calls it Quantum 2.0 wireless. Not being technically inclined, what I can tell you is that we didn't have any problems playing any games with the SteelSeries Quantum technology, and all movements were very fluid and fast and totally acceptable. The dongle is easily stored within the mouse case in the same area where the batteries are placed. Yeah, physical batteries. And honestly, this is the one weak area of the Rival 3. The mouse is noticeably heavier when compared to today's ultra lightweight mice like the G Pro Wireless, and all of this heft is mostly coming from two AAA batteries that sit inside the mouse housing, and it unfortunately skews the weight slightly to the rear. Now, that may be an issue for some players because the mouse may feel unbalanced when lifting it off the mat for really quick movements. For my son and I, though, as with the left-right click buttons, this is something to raise as a low point, but for $40, we didn't feel like this was too big of a complaint. And, when the mouse was on the mouse pad, no issues. As for the mouse feet, they felt fine on our Razer mouse pads, and the Rival 3 was fine gliding across our mouse mats. But I'll be honest with you, we're not as picky when it comes to mouse feet. The other thing is we did not check to see if you could replace the skids. Assuming you can, but again, something you'll have to research outside of this video. In our time with the Rival 3, neither of us tested the battery life, but with two AAA batteries, you could expect this mouse will go forever and a day. But remember, no recharging. So if you're going into a really intense gaming session, remember to have batteries on hand. The SteelSeries GG software is very easy to use and offers a lot of features. Although we didn't get into the nitty-gritty details of acceleration, deceleration, and angle snapping that's included in the GG software, I personally did make several adjustments to my Rival 3 mouse. The first thing was to increase the sleep time from a couple minutes to 20 minutes. If you leave the sleep time on to be too short, you'll constantly be re-waking your mouse after you return from a short break. The re-waking process for the Rival 3 is a bit jarring, and neither of us really enjoyed it. It's similar to re-waking a Bluetooth mouse, if you can appreciate that experience. The next change was turning off the high efficiency mode. I can appreciate the need to be green and conserve. I just couldn't bring myself to leave this mode on, as I wanted all the Rival 3 had to offer. The last thing I changed was the number of mouse sensitivity levels. GG calls it CPI. In this video, I'll just say DPI. Out of the box, the Rival 3 comes with 5 settings. But the problem is, when selecting the DPI, there's no easy way to tell which DPI you're at. For some other manufacturers, like G-Hub, the software does give gamers the option to flash a DPI at the bottom of the screen, but with the SteelSeries, gamers are just left guessing. My recommendation is to delete all but 2 DPI settings and have one for gaming and one for productivity. I found 800 DPI was good for my first-person shooter gaming needs and 1600 DPI for day-to-day productivity. Overall, the SteelSeries GG software is very easy to use, provides a lot of features, isn't overly heavy as with some other manufacturers, and we enjoyed it. For your gamer kids, the app's ease of use will let your kiddos customize their Rival 3 to their heart's content. As I mentioned at the beginning of my video, my son and I both spent time with the Rival 3, and my son was kind enough to provide some of his thoughts on the gaming mouse. For the parents out there, the SteelSeries Rival 3 wireless gaming is a good option for your gamer kids, as it won't break the budget and it'll give you 90% of what high-end gear delivers. But before we get in, I just want to, first of all, thanks for joining my video. So can you tell the audience what kind of games you play normally?
The normal games I usually play is like Valorant, CSGO, Fall Guys, Fortnite, Minecraft. The games that are usually multiplayer games you can play with other friends and stuff.
Yes. So you had a chance to use the Rival 3 wireless for a few hours the other day. Now, what is your current gaming mouse in your gaming setup?
The current mouse I have is the G Pro Superlight from Logitech. And I would say I like that mouse a lot. It's light, it feels good on my mouse, on my hands, but also it slides super well, it feels good in the game, has a really good hub.
But the question we were trying to address in this video, is the Rival 3 wireless good enough at $30? So between the Rival 3 wireless and the G Pro Superlight, tell me a little bit about what was different between the two mice.
The one big difference is where this one's a little bit heavier than the G Pro Superlight, because the Superlight's a little bit lighter with all the lightness in it, and this one has 2 batteries in it, which makes it a little bit heavier.
So how did the weight feel when you first started using this mouse? Did it take you a long time to get used to it after using such a light gaming mouse?
Not really, because the heaviness, once you get used to a light, fast one, and you get down to low sense, like how heavy it is, it becomes really easy just to aim, shoot, and click.
So it didn't really have an impact?
It didn't really have an impact on me, but others could have an impact.
Okay, I would agree. I picked up the mouse and I was able to start using it pretty efficiently. So what about the buttons and the side buttons? How were they relative to the G Pro Superlight?
For the G Pro Superlight, their buttons are just a little bit bigger, but also like not as the same size. But also for like the mouse clicks and like how that works is really well. How you click it feels great. Seal's the same. And the wheel spin, I really like it more than actually the Pro Superlight because of how it has RGB in it. It spins very nicely. It doesn't like go free spin or something. But also the sensitivity button feels great, works perfectly fine as the normal one.
Yeah, I would agree with my son. The scroll wheel has a very nice tactile feel when you scroll it, where the Superlight, because of weight-saving features in the device, is just not as clicky, I guess if that's a word. So I would agree. I would agree with you. That's a real nice feature. One other feature that's real nice is this button here is the DPI setting button. So when you're game, you can reduce your DPI setting to, let's say, 800, and then when you're in regular, Windows mode, you can increase it to 1500 or 2000 for just day-to-day productivity use. So overall, for the gaming mouse, would you say this is good enough for your gaming environment, and would you be happy to game on this every day?
I would be happy to game on that any day, anytime, because of how well it's built, how the app is structured.
Well, let's talk about the app. So,
Okay.
G Hub is very easy to use. Yeah. We've been using it for years. How do you rate the Sonar application in regards to setting up the mouse and making adjustments for your gaming?
I would actually say the Sonar would be a little bit better than the G Hub because of how it has, like how you can connect it up there, and once you connect it, it's already in there, like it's popped up in there once you already have it downloaded. But also the app has other features like recording, like record moments, has its own store, has like a bunch of things that you could see like how it works and what it does, how you change the sensitivity, and you can change it to any number you want. Well, not any number, but like.
How easy was it for you to use?
Oh, like I'm telling you, like anyone can learn it. Like if you just look at the buttons, say, okay, I want that sensitivity, it clicks for you. But on the G Hub, it has just presets for you. I'm not sure if you can add to it. Can you add to it?
You can. Okay. So I would agree with my son. The Sonar application, and this is for parents, if you buy the Rival 3 wireless, once you download the Sonar application, it's incredibly easy to use. It's very easy for children to use. So in the event they need to make changes on the fly, change a DPI, change a mouse button, super easy to use. It is also a bit more feature rich than the G Hub application. So there you have it. Gen Alpha and cranky old Gen X. Definitely think the SteelSeries Rival 3 wireless is good enough in 2023. If you're on a budget, looking to buy a gaming mouse for a kid, or just looking for a solid gaming mouse at the $30 to $40 price range, then definitely give a look at the SteelSeries Rival 3 wireless. I hope our impressions and overview was helpful for you, and if you have any comments or questions, just leave them below. Thanks for watching.